From downtown, this is Tim Kitzer from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, Jereme is back, Bubsy is on NSO, and what was up with that Nintendo video?
What could possibly go wrong?
You guys tried UFO 50. It's really good.
UFO 50, game. What's that?
Yeah, what does that mean? Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 492. 8 weeks away from our 500th episode. Anticipation. This is your place to hear Nintendo fans talk about Nintendo games and whatever. And Jeremy's back finally, so we're back as the three-piece here, not the two-piece, so hooray.
It's true.
We were all here. But
and I saw some one-piece stuff.
I bet you did.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're your hosts. I'm Trey Big Head Mode Johnson.
I'm Jereme. I can go down through hell or up through heaven this time around. Mikowski.
I'm John of Disconia.
No last name.
Nope.
Disconia. It's that's a game that I heard Jereme played a lot of.
I've seen that as a side effect on the commercials for pharmaceuticals. There we go.
May result in Disconia.
I came down with a severe case of it.
Yeah. Let's start off the show as we normally do and talk about games we got and games that we've been playing. I've talked to John for like 2 episodes, so why don't we talk to Jereme? Because Jeremy's here now.
Yeah.
How's it going? You're back.
I'm back. Yeah, I made it back. And reverse culture shock. Not really, though. My computer doesn't work, and that's actually very comforting. Come back to that, being the same.
Do you use a lot of computers there?
No, not so much. I just didn't bring my computer. It just stayed here.
I was going to say, I didn't use any computers when I was there, so I don't know if they work
I mean,
better
if you count my phone's basically a computer.
Yeah, I meant like
all the time.
Like a real one, like a laptop or whatever.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I'm back. Didn't have a lot of time to play games, but still had some time to play games.
You played some. I saw you online in a different country.
Yes. I played UFO 50 because essentially I wanted to get to beating 10 games. And I didn't make it there. I made it to 9 though. So I'm at 9 golds that I've gotten. And the last gold I got was the very first game. I already forgot what it's called. But I did beat that game.
Oh, the first one in the timeline? In the chronology?
The B, Barber or something.
Yeah, Barbosa, I think that's what it's called.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I beat that, and the way I beat that was I watched games done quick of someone playing through it, and basically learned how to do it from them. It had a very Super Mario Brothers 1 kind of feel to it's satisfying to play it once you know the right way to go through it. Otherwise, it's not that fun. But there's also other ways to get through it. That's just like the speedrunner's way. As of when I watched the video. So I got through that. I played that a few times on the plane. I tell you, I set up the Switch so many times because I was on so many planes for so long, and I would fall asleep within moments of, because I don't know, by the time we were sitting down on the plane to relax, it was nighty-night time. And I had one of those pillows, around my neck, so that was nice. A lot of sleeping.
John got UFO 50 while you were gone.
I know. I was surprised to see that. Well, I didn't know until I saw that what was the game? Tactics. When I saw that you'd beat Tactics. Hey,
I posted about that. I like that one a lot.
You didn't listen to both of our episodes from beginning to end while you were gone because
I tried listening
missed the show
like
so
I
much.
Said, by the time I was doing things, I usually would fall asleep.
Yeah. No, I figured you didn't have time to listen to 4 hours of podcasts or whatever.
Yeah, you
I
have
listened to some of it
while you're on vacation.
There was a lot of idle time.
Trip, yeah.
There's a lot of idle time, particularly travel time.
Yeah, for sure. I guess for the 13-hour flight or whatever. I mean, you guys can discuss UFO 50. John seems to have gotten a little more addicted on it since last week. Last week you had just got it, and you said,
So what convinced you to finally buy it? Was it on sale? Was it a just like I need to play this finally, or what was the?
No sales. It was just Sunday afternoon. I'd already played Hitman for 4 hours that day. And there was more time left in the day, so went and
needed
got
something
UFO
else.
50. Yeah, that seemed like just the ticket. Coming off of a couple hours playing a tense, serious, one deep kind of game. I felt like, well, let me take a sampling of 50 different games. So
there you go.
It was cool, and it's been cool. Last week I beat a Tactics, which I liked a whole lot. This week my poison was Lords of Disconia, which I played 18 hours of this week.
That game's awesome. I just beat that.
I think it's
beat
the best
that
one.
right before I left.
Yeah.
Was it Monday night or no? Maybe it was Sunday night that I saw your profile up till 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever, John's, and I was
I was up till 5 my time.
I was like, did you just fall asleep, or are you actually staying up and playing video games? Because you never stay up that late. It must have really got you.
I had the day off the next day, and I was just in it. I don't know. To me, that game is that's a total time sink. I was really? I played this game for 5 hours already? All right, I'll just play 7 more. Cool, whatever. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like the strategy behind it. For anybody who doesn't know what it's about, basically it's a strategy meets pool kind of game with RPG elements, where your characters are discs, and they're traditional RPG characters, ogres and bards and that kind of thing. They all have different qualities, different skills and attributes, but you're arranged on the play field, and you have to hit your opposing team and consider their different characters that they have, and what characters you have. It's so well balanced, and
there's a lot of items on the field to pick up as well.
There's a lot of items on the field to pick up. So you've got crystals and stuff, and so some characters don't need crystals at all. But if you happen to have the bard or the dragon or the archer, you're going to need those crystals to use your special powers, and so that becomes another element of your strategy. Is well, I should probably focus on getting the crystals first, and for that maybe you need a little character that has more moves per turn, like the spider or the mouse. So maybe then your strategy becomes, first I'm going to gather all the crystals, and then I can unleash all my heavy hitters and all that stuff. I don't know, there's lots of different ways to play this game. And
utilizing the environment is extremely important too.
True.
Because it does a little Fortnite kind of thing where it starts to shrink after a while. And
there's a fog that goes
there's
around
a storm.
the outside. Yeah,
they got the Fortnite
essentially. Yeah, this game did it first back in the 80s.
Yeah, went back in time and started it.
I would like to play it against a human. I would wonder how fun it would be, because that AI gets pretty tough towards the end. I think that
does it have 2-player?
Learning how to game the overworld was the key to winning that, because the AI was just stupidly good. But
there's an overworld map. Yeah, like Jeremy just said, you have to move around the map to gather your skills, and then it's well, do I prioritize getting skills or do I prioritize getting gold? I was finding that going for the skills is kind of the way to go for me.
Yeah.
And then a good skill to learn would be the one that doubles your gold, so you get your gold mines, and then you can buy lots of troops and everything.
There's one of the ones that I'll choose if I've got the ones I like already, and that's where you get a gold bonus whenever you show up at a tavern. So you just
oh yeah,
you always have enough money to buy at least one unit or whatever, but you also take up a turn when you go to those, so you're kind of hurting your opponent in that regard, even if you can't afford it. But yeah, I played a lot of that game. I probably played more than you did, because it took me a while to kind of wrap my head around the overworld strategy, but it's fun. It's a fun game.
Yeah, you played that for a few weeks, I remember. Like, or you were talking about it for at least like a week or two. Yeah, I was just checking the Wikipedia, and it says there isn't a 2-player mode on Lords of Disconia.
Oh,
That's
there's
too bad.
not. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Seems like one that should really have a 2-player.
Because there's like I guess there's like an endless mode or something, and maybe that's what you unlock at the end.
Yeah, you unlock that. I haven't tried it yet.
And then there was a tournament or something different than the storyline, but I only played through the storyline.
Yeah, so there's that. And the other one that I got really into this week was Outlaws. I love that one. The cowboy one where you're robbing the train.
Okay, yeah, it's like
I haven't played that one.
It's kind of like an action, but still turn-based adventure game.
Yeah, it's like I would call it like a turn-based puzzle game. Really is what it is. You know, under the guise of action. Yeah, you have a gun and everything. You're trying to sneak into the train and take the money, and you can shoot the cowboys if you choose to. But really, it's more like a turn-based puzzle game, which took me a second to figure out. You know, some of these games are a throwback to the days of the '80s where like you just put right into it, and you have to figure out what the game is and what's the the rhythms behind it and whatever. And this one took me a minute, but once I got it, I could see right away. I was like, this is a little bit challenging to grasp what it is, but there's so much in here that I like that I'm really, really enticed to finally get it. And it took me like maybe 15 minutes or so. And once I got it, I was like, oh yes, this is kind of amazing. So how it works is you get on the train, and there's probably 5 or 6 cowboys arranged sort of like guarding the money, and then you got to get the money. Sometimes you got to get like 1 bag or 2 bags, and then you get out. But once you've alerted the cowboys, now that sort of sets off a timer to where like you have 10 seconds to find a spot to hide, and then your gameplay freezes, and then it's the cowboys' turn to move around. And then they have 10 seconds, and if they find you, they'll shoot you. And then their 10 seconds are up, and now you've got 10 more seconds to figure out what you're going to do next to get the gold and all that. So it's interesting. I can't say I've ever played something quite like it. It's a turn-based puzzle game where you're playing against the computer. Yeah, I really liked it.
Lords of Disconia actually does have a versus mode. I was confused on the.
Oh.
It says there's no co-op, but there's versus. So there is a 2-player mode of some sort on there.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But yeah, I haven't played either of those. I mean, I still haven't played Lords of Disconia, and I couldn't. I was trying to find that. I was trying to find that Outlaw one because I saw it like during the demo for one of them, and I couldn't figure out what the name of it was. So
yeah, it's the cowboy hat.
So I should try to mess around with that one.
Yeah, I've played it a little bit. It gives me anxiety, but I need to play it a bit more, maybe.
Some of the puzzles are really clever.
It reminds me of the Indiana Jones game on the NES, the Last Crusade, whatever it was.
I think I never played that one.
I remember playing Temple of Doom on NES. I thought that was the only Indiana Jones game. Maybe there was a Last Crusade one too. I don't know.
There was.
But that was the one I played the most, was the second one. And it was really hard, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, those are the 2 big ones for me. A couple others that I liked, there was Bushido Ball, which kind of reminds me of Windjammers. That's cool. You're striking the ball with a sword, bouncing it back and forth. I found myself really liking the party one.
Have you completed the alien one yet? The one with the 4
I didn't
aliens?
go back to it really this week, but
yeah.
But yeah,
did you beat any of the party ones?
No, I didn't get an alien.
You didn't get any aliens, right? Not 4 of them?
No aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's that's the one that is probably the one I've gotten the most obsessed with, and I've subsequently stopped playing it because it's not fun anymore. But it will be eventually if I go back to it, probably.
I got really close a couple times. Like I got 3 aliens like 2 times on that one. So I've been really, really close, but I have not completed like the first one. But that's a fun. I think we were saying it last week. It's a fun editing one for me because I can just throw it on and I don't really have to pay that much attention to it, and it doesn't have to be. It's not timed or whatever. I can just be like, just click at it while editing the podcast or whatever. So that was one. That was one that I did on there, and I beat Quibble Race. So that's the only one I've beaten.
Oh yeah, Quibble Race
out of any of them. And I mentioned it last week, but I basically I sponsored one of the like the horses or whatever, and I put a ton of money into them, and I just waited until they raced, and I bet all my money on that race, and the odds were good, so I ended up winning a shit ton of money, and then I beat the game.
That's basically what I did.
So it didn't take very long.
I actually did do a little bit of like offense, like throwing items in the way or whatever.
I never figured out how to do that.
Yeah, there's a whole lot in here. There's a whole lot in here that I intend to go back to.
I highly recommend the Porgy game.
Is it the one where you're a submarine?
Yeah, that game's awesome. That one was.
You like that one?
Yeah, that was one I finished a few weeks ago. That was really challenging at the end, but I really liked it. Like, it's just a really cool take on a Metroidvania.
I was pretty surprised to find. Is it Mini and Max, the one where you shrink down?
Yeah, that one's cool.
I like that one a lot. That's a lot of charm to it.
Yeah, I tried playing that one too, and I got lost. But
according to
the way it looks,
according to the lore of the metaverse of the game or whatever you want to call it, that game was supposed to be like their magnum opus. Like, at the time, they didn't know if they were going to continue as a company, and they put everything into that game.
It was like their Final Fantasy.
It was their Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, you know how they... Whatever. No, that was called that because they thought it was their last game or whatever.
So I was surprised to find it because, like, I noticed some influences, but, like, one very specific influence, I think they're probably influenced by the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers game. Just like the way you pick up the boxes and everything, which that was a favorite game of mine as a kid. Then also there's the Chibi Robo. Like, I think there's some of that in there too, like exploring a house and adventuring through a house.
It reminds me of MC Kids, which is like a very similar like block pickup game. I also like the music. It's based off McDonald's people and McDonald's.
Yep.
Restaurant.
Well, yeah, I've got a gift to open.
Yeah, John, do you want to open your gift that was supposed to come here last week? Put me on the spot here. So, yeah, it was John's birthday last week, and I was trying to get a gift to you before the podcast, but it didn't get there until, like, Saturday. Now, there's some mystery to this gift.
Happy birthday.
There's some mystery to this gift, too. So, maybe once you see what it is, you'll figure out what that mystery is. So, we'll see.
All right, let's open it.
It could be really cool or maybe just cool. I don't know. Let's see.
Either way, it's appreciated.
Yeah. I think it'll still be cool in some ways.
See.
If not, throw it in the fridge for a bit.
Make it colder, yeah. Put it in the freezer. You can freeze it.
Switch game. And I think it's
a Switch game.
Oh, Resident Evil Revelations Collection.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So that's kind of the thing is... So I've been trying to get you to get Resident Evil Revelations probably since you ever got on this podcast because I think these games are actually some of the best Resident Evil games made. Much better than 5 and 6, that's for sure. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 are leagues better than those games. But
I would agree.
They were on sale for like $8 online, each. And I really wanted to get them, but there's no way to buy digital ones for you.
Right.
So I was trying to find something that was like around that price to get it for you physical, and I forgot that the physical one is like half on the card and half not. So that's kind of where the mystery is, like whether there's going to be a code in there or whether the code will actually work. Yeah.
According to the package.
Oh, because don't you have to download Resident Evil Revelations 2? I thought that was, and I thought there was a code that came with it. That you had to
I think one is on the card already, I thought.
Yeah, one is on the card and 2 is not. So is there a code in there or not that you got that came with it?
I don't see a code or anything. I mean, it's the cartridge.
Okay.
You want to see the most boring inside of a Switch case you've ever seen? There it is. It's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they all
I've
kind of
seen
look
worse.
like that. Okay, so there's a good chance that you might have only gotten Revelations 1 and not 2. Which sucks because 2 is actually my favorite out of both of them, but 1's really good too. So,
I like 3.
So I mean, there is no 3.
I mean, it's 2 games. I just got to download one. So cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I guess you can, because I thought you needed like an actual like code to do it. Because this was pre-game card.
You may not.
So I don't know. We'll just you can report on it next week. But regardless, you'll still get Resident Evil Revelations 1, which is cool, and it's a mansion on a boat. So, I don't know, with all the talk of Resident Evil 9 coming to Switch 2 and all that stuff, there was a lot of, there's a lot of interest in Resident Evil again. And, I don't think you ever played either of those games, and I think they're...
Never did.
I think they're really good. So
yeah, you said you've been trying to get me to get this on Switch for a long time. You've actually been trying to get me to get this, like, since the DS or whatever it was.
Oh, sure, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
3DS, it was one of the...
Yeah.
Was it 3DS?
Yeah, Resident Evil Revelations 1 was a 3DS exclusive when it first came out. And it was a big deal because, that was coming out after, like, after, I think 5 and 6... And Capcom kind of finally realizing that they should ditch the action stuff and try to go back to the more like survival horror stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what they did with this one. And I just thought it was really interesting, especially that they're like, let's make it survival horror, but let's also make it in a mansion again. Let's also make it in a mansion that's in a boat. It's like, I don't know. There's some really cool stuff with it. So,
well, thank you.
I like both of those games. And like I said, all of the talk about the new Resident Evil coming to Switch, I thought, maybe you would be interested in playing Revelations 1 and 2, which are very good games, in my opinion. If you're gonna have to, if you want to torture yourself with 5 and 6, you could at least like play some good ones, like Revelations.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I still got to play the Metal Gear Solid collection that you got me.
Oh yeah, you should. I played through one of those. I played through Metal Gear Solid 1. At least I beat one of the games out of there, and I played 2 and 3 a little bit, but I didn't get that far in either of them. But it's still, I still want to go back and play 3 at some point. I know there's a new version of it, but I don't think I can get that. I don't think it's on PS4 or whatever. I was hoping it'd be a Switch 2 game. But yeah, happy birthday. Happy late birthday. There's some more Resident Evil.
What are you like, 34?
Just the opposite. Switch them around. I want to give my impressions on the Alarmo that I got last week.
Oh yeah, you did get an Alarmo last week.
Yeah, but
you opened it like live on the show.
Wait, you got an Alarmo?
I did. I got an Alarmo for my birthday. And
who got it for you?
My parents did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I asked for it. It was like something that, it was $100, as I said last week. So I don't know if I could ever see myself like just going out with this. I'm gonna get an Alarmo today, but as a birthday gift, it was a really nice birthday gift. So I appreciate it.
Also, just like a really good parent gift, like here's an alarm clock.
Right.
Get out of get off
get
your
yourself
ass
out of bed.
Make sure you get up and go to work.
Yeah. And this, I gotta tell you, it's a great alarm clock. Like first, before it's a cool Nintendo thing, it's actually a really, really nice quality alarm clock with an original and very effective means of getting you out of bed.
Have you used it? Did you push your $300 Sun simulator to the side so you could?
No, actually,
try it out.
They work great in combination. Like it's like I got the one alarm that turns on the sun and kind of like wakes you up, before you're even registering that it's it's morning or whatever. But then the Alarmo actually making you move and everything, like those two in combination I'd recommend it if anybody wants to spend $300 on alarm.
A lot
clocks,
of money on waking yourself up or whatever.
Yeah. It really works.
You should pay somebody to come and punch you in your room for like $100. Just come punch me in the face at 7 a.m.
Yeah, if you wear this Mario
just
costume,
gently tap you in the face, and it escalates into like a full on smack. Like that would be more like
right.
What I'm thinking.
For every second you're not up, it gets higher and higher.
So you gotta move to wake up and everything, and like just by moving, or you gotta move to snooze the alarm is what I meant to say. But by moving, you're also like waking yourself up, and by that point, it's just like, well, I might as well get up. Turn my alarm off so many times, I'm actually awake and I can't go to sleep again. Dang it, this thing works too well. And like it'll even turn on like night sounds, like when you're ready to go to bed. Like right now, when I went in my room, so I have it set to 10 o'clock, and so I had to like get on my bed to get the cord for this podcast, or whatever. So I got out of the bed, and then it started to have like a little timer on it, which basically says if you lay still for the next 30 seconds, then the nighttime sounds will begin. It's cool. It's like it'll lull you to sleep and it'll wake you up pretty much the same way. But then in the morning, it'll
just like a bottle of Jack,
which is my third alarm clock that I have. Yeah,
minus the puking or whatever.
Right.
Minus the grossness.
Then there's the charm of the themes and everything. Like part of what's enticing me to wake up is like, oh, who's coming to wake me up today? Today it's Bowser. Yesterday it was Pikmin.
I wouldn't want Bowser to wake me up. He's gonna fry me. Spiky.
Yeah, no, I like it. So I recommend it. And like one cool thing I like about it is that it doesn't have to be online. Like it's Wi-Fi enabled because you got to download the new alarms and stuff, and you can also do the thing like just with your phone where you can keep it a live clock so it's exactly right on time and all that stuff. But I don't know. I'm still a little iffy. Like the thing is a camera also, and I just like don't really want to have a camera in my bedroom. Kind of creeps me out a little bit.
I mean, you got one on your phone. You keep your phone in your
bedroom.
But
I don't keep my phone like faced at my bed all night long.
True.
So I want to know a little bit more about like how the camera actually works. I guess if I ever wanted to do that, but yeah, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So safety concerns are not really like a concern. Yeah. I like it. Full recommendation for the Alarmo. Oh, and Trey, you asked
other than maybe that it's spying on you.
Maybe it might be spying on you, but it's just Nintendo, and they're only like 10% owned by Saudi Arabia, so it's fine, whatever.
I mean, there's been there's cameras on my 3DS back there too. It's filming me all the time.
Right.
There's actually a camera like filming me do this podcast right now.
This camera's not on, but it is secretly on. Nintendo can see through it at all times. This camera that I don't use, this $50 camera for the Switch 2. That's just a paperweight over here. They're constantly they're constantly staring at me. What were you gonna say? Something about the battery that I asked you about last week?
Oh yeah, you asked me about last week. Does it have a battery? It actually doesn't have a battery. You got to keep it plugged in.
Yeah, I kind of remember that now. I remember people saying that being annoying. That it doesn't like charge.
I'm fine with it.
And it's just kind of goes a little bit back in time there to old alarm clocks that had to be plugged in at all times.
They should have you should actually be able to wind it up for a little extra power.
And when you wind it up, it plays that song from Yoshi's Island.
It just marches around the room like a little wind up Mario from Mario and Donkey Kong. Yeah, that's it for me.
That's cool. Did you get to play Hades at all, Jeremy? Hades.
Oh 2? Yeah, I played plenty of Hades.
Yeah, that game came out while you were away, and you like those games, I believe.
So I actually preloaded it before I left.
You got the two big games that John and I have not talked about that came out.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The other one I don't have much to say about. I do own it, but yeah. I was like these two seemed like ones that would be good to play in portable mode, and I think with Hades 2 I was kind of wrong, at least in the situations where I was playing. Whatever. There's too much going on even for the nice big Switch 2 screen. So anyway, I didn't really get to play much of Hades 2 until like 2 or 3 days ago. We got home Sunday, and so it's Wednesday now. So yeah, Monday I started playing it a little bit, and that's when I started enjoying it. It's like playing Hades all over again, but then you realize there's a lot of extra layers to it. So you're the younger sister of the protagonist of the first game, and all of your family's been kidnapped. And you gotta go rescue them. That's pretty much how I understand it.
Did she make an appearance at all in Hades 1? Like, was she in there,
No.
in the background, or is she just brand new for 2?
She's new. I think she came about when spoilers. You can get Hades back together with Persephone in the first game, and I think that's how it works out, where they have a new kid. So it's like a much younger child than her older brother, but now she's all grown up. So I think it's supposed to be at least 20 years later.
However times go in
right,
the afterlife,
and
or whatever.
Of course, times are different in the afterlife. You are correct.
In Hades, I don't know.
What's kind of cool about this one is in the first game you're trying to get out of hell, and you have to go through these different layers, almost kind of analogous to the layers of hell and that Dante describes or whatever, but much more reduced. Similarly, this does the same thing, but you're wanting to go down through hell to fight Chaos, which is Zeus's dad. He's a bad boy, Nobody likes him. Or not Chaos, Kronos. Chaos is a different guy. No, Kronos is like the one who like tried to devour his kids or whatever. He tried to eat his kid, and then like there's a painting of it by Goya, and it's like one of the grossest paintings of all time. That's also cool. Anyway, wants to kill everybody, so you got to like go kill Kronos, and to do that you go down through hell. But at the same time, shit's going down on Mount Olympus. The gods need your help, so you at a certain point you unlock the ability to go up through some layers. So it's like double the gameplay, so to speak. There's two sets of bosses that you're like working through by either going down or going up, and you're kind of in the middle. And I think that's really cool. So I've enjoyed that. There's definitely the permanent upgrades that make your subsequent playthroughs easier, but I've still only managed to get through the first boss going down. So I've gotten to the second layer going down, and there's 3 layers, or I think there's 4, but the 4th layer is just like the boss layer.
Does it feel a lot different than the Hades one?
No,
as far as gameplay or whatever.
It just feels more expansive, so to speak, because now you can like cast these spells and stuff, and then that's like a different layer. And rather than just like upgrading things like on a single board, you have this whole system of cards that you use to do your permanent upgrades, and just a lot more depth to all these different things. But at the same time, it's still kind of the same game where you're like dodging and attacking and just trying to stack your buffs, and different enemies have different weaknesses and all that kind of stuff.
And still, you think you'll get into it as much as you did the first one?
Well, so far, yeah. That's all I've been playing. Like once I got home and was able to finally play it on the TV, like that's all I've cared to play when I play the Switch. So that's probably what I'll be playing for the next bit of time whenever I'm playing games. So yes, I do foresee myself getting into it. I mean, I don't know. I remember I thought it took a while for me to beat the first boss. I'd have to go back to the old footage and listen, but I thought it took a while for me to beat the first boss back in the day. But I got through the first boss pretty quick this time around, and subsequently got my ass handed to me the first couple times I made it to the next floor. But there's a lot more happening in the hub world as well. There's just a lot more. I don't know. It's just like Hades with more customization of your like run throughs and more. I think probably it's gonna be easier. Maybe I'm wrong, but it might be easier to make like a build that can just break the game or whatever.
Is it still like you can only talk to people like a certain amount of times or whatever, and you have to give them items for them to talk more to you and all that? Is it still all like got all the whatever the relationship stuff in there?
Yeah, so they added like a little bit of a Witcher thing or whatever, where I don't know if it's like Witcher, but I only say that because it involves a bath. But you can give like the nectar to people to like build your relationship with them, but now you can also give them bath salts. Then they eat your face off. No, I'm just kidding. They meet you in the spring and you take a bath together, and that like builds up your bond. So they decided to add this extra layer of baths, I guess, to the relationship mechanic. And I've tried to get people to get back in the bath with me again. They're like, "No, we already took a bath together." So I think it's just part of the build up. But there's definitely like I've already got my eye on who like I want my partner to be, like my romantic partner.
Yeah, you still get to date people in there.
Yes,
and you can date whoever you want, right? It's not like you don't have.
As far as I can tell,
dudes or whatever.
It seems like you can date. In the first game, you could date a severed head. So very similar here.
It's like certain romance options, but it's most people. Or maybe
I think there's more than this. I think there was only 3 in the first one, and as far as I can tell, there's more than that. I think. But I've got my eyes on one person, and maybe that'll change, but I don't think it will. But I like it. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty game. The music's great. Like it's everything you would hope for from Hades sequel, and I really felt for the first few times I was playing through it that I just had to learn how to play all over again. But it's really not that tough. It's just you got the extra layer now with because the main character is a caster. Like they have the ability to do magic. It's not just through buffs. So Zagreus could just like punch and throw shit, but she already is able to like do spells from the get go. So that becomes like part of her weapon set. That's like an extra layer of like enhancement on top of the melee skills. So that's where this game's different, and I'm still kind of learning it. But once I was figuring out, I don't know. There's been a couple points where I felt like it was clicking for me, and I was just like wiping out all the enemies real fast, and that's a good feeling. But then you get to a part where they just kill you real quick, and then you're like, "Damn it! Thought I was OP."
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. I mean, from what I understood of the first one, I never beat the first one. Like I tried it many times, and I never made it all the way through. And even like, I know there's like beating it, and then there's like a credits, right? That's where you have to beat it a certain amount of times or whatever. I didn't even get through it once. But I mean, I did play it a good amount. I mean, that was a 2020 game
stuff. Yeah, but I think there was still more to do that I never did actually finish. I just did like the post game, and this one I don't even know. I have no idea how it works. Luckily nothing's been ruined for me, but I don't know how like because like you're supposed to go all the way through. So if you go down and you beat the boss, is that the end of the game, or do you like say, okay, no, I'll keep playing, and then you go up? Or like, is there two sets of credits just based on whether you go down or up? I don't know. It's cool. It's cool because it's something new to play that I know I like already.
So you got a lot to explore there.
I do.
From up or down. Like right before you left, I saw you got Silksong, but you haven't played it much. Is it as hard as everyone says? I think people are pissed at like the first boss or something like that.
Yeah, I don't. I think I just need to focus on it because I wanted to try to play that on the plane. That's why I bought it. And as I was saying earlier, I just by the time I'm sitting on a plane, I usually just want to fall asleep or listen to a podcast or music or something and fall asleep. It's even hard to like watch a movie. I'll just fall asleep.
I would imagine that. Well, I mean maybe for that game it might be harder because it expects a lot from you, and maybe playing it handheld would not be the best.
I found myself just playing the Pilot's Adventure game. I think I'm on my 9th or 10th playthrough on that now because it gets easier every time, and I'm trying to get like the cherry. And I think the best way to get the cherry is just max out my stats.
I thought maybe that was what John was playing so late, or that you just left it on because the Pilot game, like it does things on its own, right?
Yeah, it has a clock.
Yeah, if you don't
remember that one,
if you like don't play it, it's the one it's got Zelda parts, but it like starts in this like small area, but then you got to go out and do stuff, and there's dungeons and stuff in there. I don't know if you played that one yet or not, but
I've tried them all, but I don't remember that one.
Yeah, but
it's one of my favorites for sure, and I still play it because it's addictive. It like remixes itself every time you start it, but you can like choose one stat to upgrade each time, and that's why I keep playing through it because to get the cherry you have to beat this one boss that's pretty tough, and I have not been able to beat.
Well, if that's is that all the stuff you want to talk about for your stuff?
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you mentioned it yet on this show, but we're going to do a special Patreon episode with Jeremy's adventures in Japan.
Yeah, we mentioned it a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I wanted to do one that was like specifically about that, and both you and Shauna could be on and tell us. I mean, we'll kind of just be there, just listening to you tell us about it or whatever. I guess we'll just be Shauna's there to ask questions or whatnot.
Shauna's pretty busy. She's actually like not even around right now. She's out doing stuff, but
well, yeah, I mean,
she also was like, she's like, I feel kind of bad for the listeners that aren't patrons because they might want to hear about this trip. But I was like, well, I'll just talk about some of the video game based stuff on the podcast, and then we'll get more into detail.
Well, they there's free weeks out there. You can listen to it for free.
It's true.
There's ways to get it. And I'll post some of it. I'll post a piece of it or whatever. I was like, you should have recorded a podcast in Japan like Jess and I did. We recorded 2 episodes in Japan, I think, which I had completely forgotten about until you guys were there.
We probably could have done something like that, but we were never.
I brought my recorder with me to record it, and also I like wrote off the price of the honeymoon on my taxes because I brought my recording equipment with me.
That's awesome.
So it counts as a job thing.
Fuck yeah!
So that was cool. But whatever I spent on the hotel, but yeah.
I figured after the break, or we can talk about whatever, but I can talk a little bit about my gaming-based experiences in.
Well, you can keep talking about that now, and then we'll take a break in like 15 minutes, and then I can, or just go ahead, say whatever you want to say now, and we'll take a break whenever we take one.
Okay, sure. Well, the big thing was that I was looking everywhere. I was hoping I was going to see everybody playing Switch, like having Switches in their hands, because I was just like, we were on the train like all the time. We took a car from the hotel to the airport the last day we were in Osaka, but otherwise it was all trains the whole time we were there. Oh, and planes. But so I just was like, I want to see people playing like Switch on the train, and I never did.
You didn't see anybody?
Never. I never saw anyone playing a Switch on the train. They were just using phones like everybody uses phones everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we were there in 2019, so the Switch had been out for like a couple years. And I think I only saw a couple people playing Switches on the train. I actually saw, when we went to Tokyo Disney, I saw a bunch of people playing DSs,
Yeah.
Which was like, okay. Yeah,
well, that's different.
Like we were standing in line and there was this group of girls in front of us that all had DSs that they were playing.
Because once I got to Universal, there's plenty of people playing Switches.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you did see something.
That was a crazy, massive huddle of a line. There had to have been multiple thousands of people in that line.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
You went there on like a Saturday.
Nuts.
You went there on like a Saturday too, so I'm sure it was.
It was awesome.
Nuts. So.
I didn't post pictures. I wanted to post so much stuff on the Slack, but I was also like, I don't want to ruin anything, Like I know there's stuff online or whatever, but
what? Like you didn't want to ruin for us? Like you would spoil the park or something?
Maybe a little bit. It was also just like it felt very magical at the time, and it was like, man, I wouldn't want anybody to like not have this feeling, because I have not had that feeling, as an adult in a very, very long time, where it's just like, what?
Yeah, where you
just
feel like
having my whole mind blown, and really kind of having it's like the magic show experience as a kid. That it's so much more exciting, but the older you get, you're more like you're trying to look for where they're like doing the trick or whatever, and even if you can't figure out, you're like, it's a trick. You don't have that magic anymore.
Right.
There was this magic.
It's like most things. It's like trying to watch a movie, and it's like
we literally ran into the park because everybody was running, and it was like because nobody wanted to have to get the timed entry or whatever. And
because you were there when they opened, right?
Oh yeah, we were there 2 hours before they opened, and like the train literally just dumps you out right in Universal Studios. It's pretty awesome.
Did you get how did you get in there? Did you have to like meet somebody in an alley to get a ticket or whatever? I think that's what we did for Tokyo Disney. Like I bought it from somebody in Japan, like here, and then there was like a spot that you got it like outside of the entrance.
Oh
we
yeah,
got it, and then we got it in.
There is like some stuff like that we were looking into, trying to go to like some concerts, which we ended up not going to a concert because you kind of had to do that liaison or whatever you want to call it, where someone with a Japanese address was ordering your ticket for you. But luckily with Universal, you don't have to do that. You just download this app, and it works wherever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did. I think for the
it was a little confusing. Don't get me wrong.
For the Ghibli Museum, I think we got our tickets like from an office building or something. It was like such just like really random place. We had to go from like one place to another, and we picked it up from some secretary in an office building or something like that. It was weird.
No, luckily we were able to get all this stuff through the internet. I think the Nintendo world, like Super Nintendo World in particular, we were very, very confused about how it was going to happen until it did. And that was literally like, we're all like thousands of people like running and like, I've got my, there's an app on the app, you open it up on your phone and it shows you like a map of the park and you're a little blue dot moving through it. You can see where you are on it. And we're running and like, not really running because fuck that, but kind of jogging because everybody's just so excited and we go by Harry Potter World and literally no one cares about Harry Potter World. Like, they just keep going. And then we go by Water World. They literally had Water World there. Yeah, no one cared about Water World. I guess they did a lot of the One Piece like live show stuff there, so that was the only reason anyone cared about it. And there was like a store over there as well that was like a limited, like you literally had to do timed release, or you had to do time tickets just to access the merch store for the One Piece section. But yeah, we're running. Like I said, like nobody cared about Harry Potter, nobody cared about anything, and no one cared about Jurassic Park. Okay, well, we're gonna have to wait a while to see Nintendo World. Hopefully, we can get in there. And I'm like, did we really come this whole way not to get in? And then like we ran and like the music started changing and it's very subtle. Like as you're growing, like as you get closer to Nintendo World, like the music starts to fade in slowly. And then you run through this pipe and there's all these lights and we were in there. We got there early enough that we did not have to do a timed entry. So that was the first thing we were able to do. Man, I don't know how I could be I don't know how I could explain any of this in a like a linear way because I'm just going to think about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it was like sensory overload going into Nintendo, like Super Nintendo World, because it's just like, holy shit, this is like CGI in real life, all these like animatronics everywhere and force perspective and all that crap that I've heard about. They're utilizing it. I've never been to like an actual theme park that was like a set piece like that before. And then of course we like immediately worked our way to Donkey Kong Country because we wanted to ride the minecart ride.
Yeah, that's the newest thing we did. That's like the newest attraction there, right?
So that's the first thing we did. It took we were in line for about 2 hours.
Yeah,
while we were in line,
at least. Yeah.
While we were in line, that's when I bought that's when we bought our bracelets. So we enrolled and we were like doing our little tapping our bracelets on stuff and trying to get coins and all that for the rest of the trip. That was fun.
Oh yeah, the amiibo. Like that's an amiibo in itself, right? Or it like interacts with the amiibo there or something like that. It's like similar.
It is.
It's like the same technology.
It's got like a little QR code on the back and you register it to the Universal app and there's like a little game within it that you're playing while you're in the park. And I was on Team DK. I got the Donkey Kong bracelet, looked the coolest to me. And I'll show, like after the break, I'll bring the stuff to show it because I forgot to bring it upstairs. But I'll show off some of my little swag bag of what I got there. But yeah,
how was the minecart ride? Was it fun? I mean,
the minecart ride was awesome.
Okay, cool. Because I like thrill rides, and sometimes you go to a theme park, you're like, it's like that was like a 6. I wanted a 10. So was it like an 8, 9? What was it?
Wait, out of 10?
As far as thrills, yeah.
What do you mean?
And a 10's like the highest thrills?
Yeah.
Like if you don't go upside down, it's like not thrilling enough?
I would say it's not much of a thrill ride. It's more of a, it is fast. It does have its moments. Like I would say as far as like a roller coaster goes, maybe around a 5 or a 6. Like this is a kind of roller coaster that a kid would be comfortable riding. Most kids would be comfortable riding. What's cool about it is the like kind of like tricks they play with you to like have all these things happening around you, and there's sort of like this floating track that you're on where it looks like you're moving along a different track than you actually are, because it's like suspended up above, running along the fake track that's like all broken up and stuff. So it looks like you're actually jumping, and it's really cool. It's very convincing. There's a lot of cool animatronics and stuff. Also, like just the line up to it is really cool because you go to like this like kind of DK temple where there's all these like drawings everywhere and these little thingies that you can push your bracelet up and like lights will like flash on the walls and banana like hieroglyphics will appear made out of light. It was cool. It was very like I was just like in this magic world, you know.
The theming is on point.
I ate the hot dog. I ate the DK hot dog and the DK sundae. I had both of the
That
special.
sundae looks good. I don't remember the hot dog, but the sundae looks delicious.
We rode every ride, and we the only thing we didn't do that I sort of kind of wanted to do, but I didn't even really try was the Toadstool Cafe, or as they called it, Canopio Cafe.
Oh yeah. Was it? So you did like? Isn't there like a VR, like the VR Mario Kart ride or something like that?
Yeah, we did that.
Like that was like one of the first, or that seemed like that was like the only ride they had for a while before the Donkey Kong one.
It was that and the Yoshi ride.
Yeah, I mean, how was that one, or either of them?
So the only ride that was worth doing was the Donkey Kong one.
Yeah,
Mario Kart straight up not worth doing.
not even the Mario Kart one.
It's not that it's not worth doing, because once again, like, okay, for one, it was like really fucking hot when we were there. Like it was in the upper 80s, I think, or whatever. I don't know what that is Celsius, but it was hot. And when you would go into the like the Mario Kart ride and the Yoshi ride, both had you walking through huge like rooms that were air conditioned. So it's like, this is not so bad. So but they also had like cool decorations and stuff. So when you're in line for the Mario Kart ride, you actually walk through like Bowser's castle, and that changes over to like this Mario Kart room where there's like a big van in the middle. That's like the one that is like the Mario Kart TV van that you see in the games. It's like rolling around or whatever. And there's just a lot of like really cool set pieces where even though you're waiting in line, you're like, oh, this is cool. Like all these like animatronics and these statues and just the decor and everything is really cool. Like the water fountains in the Donkey Kong ride were like shaped like monkey faces, like, and that's just where you get some water while you're in line. But I like that they like, you know, went the full 9 yards or whatever they say, where you know, they didn't have to make it a monkey head that you're drinking water out of, but they did. The Donkey Kong ride, one thing that I thought was interesting is there's like, I don't know like if people use umbrellas for the sun as much here as they do in Japan, but there was a whole like section to like put your umbrella specifically to like lock up your umbrella before you got on the Donkey Kong ride.
Oh yeah, they have really nice umbrellas there too. Like,
yeah.
not even just for like, you know, sun shading or whatnot, but when we were there, it rained a lot, and we bought an umbrella from 7-Eleven, and it was like one of the nicest umbrellas I think I've ever seen. Just because it
barely rained when we were there. It was mostly just
because it wouldn't
really
like fall apart in
sunny
2 seconds, like the ones here.
Yeah, we got really lucky. Like the weather was so nice. But yeah, I don't know. We did a lot more like gaming based stuff. Like I went to the Taito Game Center a couple times, like in Shinjuku and in Shibuya. And actually, there was one. I think I went to one in Osaka as well. Most likely, I did.
Because that would be
they're everywhere.
So that'd be like the new arcade. Like we went to one of those, but we went to a lot of the Sega ones because they were still there.
Yeah, it's like a multi-story arcade with. And I got to play a lot of like Japanese. Well, you know, just obviously they're Japanese, but a lot of music games that I would have no access to here. That just, man, I wish they were here. They were so fun.
Yeah, and, we played a bunch of weird rhythm,
and like
rhythm
a lot of them
there.
would be like old ass games. Some of them from like the early 2000s, but they would have like Undertale on them, or they'd have like, you know, just like new songs because they're still updating it because people are still playing these games. And you can just see, like, I've got a couple of videos that I took of just people playing these games that are just fucking, I don't know, they're on a different level. And it's just like watching them play is so mesmerizing. Like, you don't even need to hear the music. You're just like, what is this person doing? Like, it's just mesmerizing. So I got to play some of those really cool rhythm games, and it was kind of annoying because I had to figure out how to set up a Taito game card.
Oh, yeah.
And all this stuff. And luckily there's a guy who helped me figure it out. even though he couldn't really speak English and I couldn't really speak Japanese, he helped me through the process. And it was very kind of him. But once I got the card, you better believe I was playing B-Money, and there's like this DJ game that Shauna and I both played that was super fun because you like were turning up these different knobs and like you were like fading from the left to the right. And it was so cool. Man, the music games are just so cool. And then I played the gambling games. I went up and played the Dragon Quest. There's like a Dragon Quest game.
Oh yeah. Did you did you have anybody cheer for you, even though it doesn't matter, the gambling?
It didn't matter, and I actually just kept wanting to play, and Shauna's like, why do you want to play? Like, is there a prize? I was like, I think you can get prizes. And I went up and found out there was literally no prizes.
Yeah.
All you were doing is just getting as many coins as you can, and then there's like a digital wallet you could load them into.
Yeah. I would say you didn't learn anything from when we were there and Jess's cheerleader.
I remembered it. I remembered it later.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, there was like some coins on the floor, and I was like, wait, Shauna, like some people drop these coins, and we can put this in the machine. And she's like, Jeremy, have some dignity. Like, these don't mean anything. I'm like, no, if I don't spend all of them, I can give some to people as souvenirs. And Shauna's just like, Jeremy, these mean nothing. Like, you can't do anything with them.
Yeah.
And I really had to kind of be dragged away from that machine because I was having so much fun with it. And it meant nothing.
It's a high score, pretty much, is what I gathered. Even though it took a really long time to, like, through Google Translate for me to talk to the worker there about and he was just trying to explain to me that it's for fun. You know, it's basically a high score that you have on your card, on your game card that you swipe, will show that you, like you were saying, have your virtual wallet on there that shows that you made all this money that you can't do anything with, or get any physical prizes from, or whatever.
I think they might do like online contests and stuff like that, or maybe they do like tournaments, or I don't know how you do a tournament with
leaderboards.
Yeah, who knows?
You won this amount. He said it was,
but I will say that the claw machines are a fucking scam.
Yeah, well, what you need to do
is I also had to be drug away from those multiple times.
You got to complain, and then they'll end up giving you an item. Supposedly, I don't know. I didn't do that, but
that happened with. Well, we literally had a gotcha machine. Like, Shauna put in the money, and nothing came out, and literally, so they came over and they got a toy out for her, so that was cool. We didn't make it up, but as far as the. I was so upset. There were so many times I thought I was going to get the little chainsaw guy, the chainsaw dog.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one I was trying to get. That and the cat from, what's it? Turbo Granny from,
from Dawn to Dawn, yeah.
Yeah, those were the two I was trying to get in like all the machines I would see. And so many times I grabbed them, and so many times it shook at the very top and just threw them off to the side. It didn't just like drop them, it kind of like, but it released them off to the side. I was so upset. It was like 100 yen. That's not cheap.
It's like less than $1 now, I think, right?
Still, that adds up.
Yeah.
And some of those gotcha machines are like, 4 or 5 yen, or 400 or 500 rather.
Did it blow your mind when you put your card into an ATM machine and you could just take yen out of it? Like that just blew my mind so much. Like that you could just go to 7-Eleven without without an extra charge or whatever, and you could just scan your card and it just prints yen out of your bank account. I don't know. I just never had done that before, so it wowed me.
We did that.
Or that you could just go to a restaurant and use your American card or whatever, and it's fine.
I did the same thing that you had suggested and got the Wi-Fi device, so I had a Wi-Fi device with me the whole time. That was really nice.
Those are awesome.
Basically, it was just an extra phone we had to keep charged. That was like pretty cool.
But you're online all the time. Is most importantly, you have a signal.
I brought
everywhere.
A few battery packs, so we were always able to like cycle through things and keep things charged. And what a lovely time. I don't know. I mean, I'm barely covering it, but gaming based experiences, I didn't get to do anything cool like go to TGS or anything like that, but
it was there.
You did go outside the Nintendo Museum.
It was there. I did go out. That's true. Yes, I did visit the Nintendo Museum. I was not allowed inside. The guard kindly asked me to leave. He was very kind about it. But we went there, and the train literally is like, this is the train that gets you as close to the Nintendo Museum or whatever. It literally says that as on the train. And so I'm like getting all excited about it. And yeah, we went in, and I stood in front and took a picture, and then the guy wouldn't let me go in.
I mean, that's like John.
I was like, do I need a reservation? He's like, yes, you need a reservation. I'm like, dang it. And I walked away, and then on our way out, I saw a sign that said, you need to do an online reservation. There's no other way to get in. I was like, shit.
Oh, it's like John did at Nintendo of America, right? You should at least go and stand at the front door, or whatever.
And I actually, I thought that was really cool that Shauna was into that, because we ended up probably getting back to Osaka like at least an hour later, because we had to kind of go out of our way to stop by there for me to stand in front of it, take a picture, and walk away. But
yeah, and I didn't know how.
I don't know. To me, like being like that close and not at least doing that, like, would have felt wrong. That's the original place. That's where they were making the fucking cards and shit.
Yeah.
So,
back in the 1800s or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Whenever they started.
Leave luck to heaven. That's what I was saying. But what a cool time. What a cool time. But I never saw anybody like smashing up the city in a giant mech. I was surprised. No, but for real, I was actually surprised how much of like
people are much nicer there.
How much of the anime I recognized, like, because it's all like probably the mainstream stuff or whatever. The show, what they call it, shonen stuff.
Yeah.
I know like the Spy X Family stuff, which was all over the place, and then like
and you can find like drinks, and like I remember I bought like some teas or whatever with Gundam on it and stuff like that, because you could.
The Chainsaw Man movie was in theaters.
Oh shit! You should
it just came out.
Should have saw it. No, it's coming out on the 23rd.
Well, I don't know if I need to watch isn't there like a second season?
No, that is the second season.
Oh, okay.
So
I think I'm getting that confused with One Punch Man.
Yeah, so it's so they're doing like what they're kind of doing like what Demon Slayer has been doing, where they'll do like a whole season and then they'll do a movie like that. So
okay.
So yeah, the movie is basically the second season, but edited into like a however long movie. And I
tried to get like some sort of. I really wanted to get some sort of like Chainsaw Man or a Dawn to Dawn Bird Chat of Claw Machine. That didn't work. The only thing I actually ended up winning a plastic coin, which I'll show. I'll show it when we come back. But that was all I want out of the machines.
Well, why don't we take a break there, and then we'll
come
back.
That's a good idea.
And you can talk about more stuff, and I'll talk about my stuff also, and we'll talk a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of stuff coming on our next half.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go! And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
We're back from the break, but yeah, you have a couple more things you want to talk about, Jeremy?
Just two more gaming related things. I definitely wanted to mention I went to Super Potato. I got to go to the one in Akihabara.
I hope you did.
That everyone talks about.
Yeah, I didn't
that
see
was cool.
It's like, where were your pictures of that? I want to see the Star Fox statues and
I've got
all
a
the
ton of
multiple
pictures of
Game
that.
Boys or whatever.
Yeah, I have tons of pictures of that stuff. I was disappointed about the price of stuff.
Did you guys play the analog like whatever it is, what's it called? The Pong machine, like on the top floor? Did they still have that there?
They did have it there, but we had played that in Phoenix, so it was nothing new to us. So we went through the top floor, but we didn't play any of the games. We just kind of watched other people playing them.
I mean, I like Super Potato's kind of been like exposed over the years, so it's like things aren't as easy to find there, I guess.
And like a lot of stuff in Japan, it was actually smaller. It was smaller once you're actually there.
Yeah. It's got a lot of floors,
so
though.
Condensed. There's a lot of floors, but I think there was only like 4 floors of stuff, really, to look at.
I mean, you bought stuff while you were there, right?
Well, the thing about it is, I can't talk about it.
Oh. I mean, you could talk about some of it, I guess.
I guess I could talk about some of it. I don't have it up here with you. So
Okay,
I think
well
then save it.
Well then, no, you're not talking about it till the Patreon.
Exactly. The other video game thing was that we went to the Final Fantasy Cafe, which is like a limited cafe thing happening. Kind of sort of close to. It was definitely in Akihabara. It was pretty close to Super Potato.
Is it the Square Cafe or is it different?
I think so. So I think it's like the Square Cafe like changes its theming or whatever. Because there was downstairs there was a
like you walk.
There was Dragon Quest themed like a tavern. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like Adol's Tavern. Not Adol, but you know what I mean. It was whatever the
Hero. I mean, he doesn't have his name. What's his face? Lodo or Roto?
Lodo. It was Lodo.
Yeah.
It was Lodo's Tavern.
Yeah.
Adol would be a different franchise.
Yep.
But it was like that, but we went upstairs and it was Shauna had told them that it was our honeymoon, like when she made the reservations a few months ago, and they made us like a special dessert that
nice.
They put her name on and stuff, and it was really cute.
Oh, that's cool.
And I ate Mog's face was one of my foods, and it was based off Final Fantasy 14.
As we went to a Square Enix cafe that was also in Akihabara, and we went upstairs and ate upstairs also.
It was probably the exact same,
but it was and that one was like I don't know, there was a line outside, and I hadn't made a reservation, and I just waited for the line to go in, and then I was like, "Can I come in?" And they're like, "Yeah." So then we went in and ate, and yeah, we had some sort of like a cupcake or something that had like the sprite of the hero from Dragon Quest 8 on it, or not 8, Dragon Quest 11, because Dragon Quest 11 on Switch had just come out, so everything was all Dragon Quest S, and they had all of the they had all the sprites from like for the 16-bit like 3DS stuff there, and they had food that had like sprites printed on it that you ate, and and we had like a slime pancake or whatever that had shit in it and all this different stuff.
Yeah, no shit, but no, there was definitely like it was definitely the Final Fantasy 14 vibe because they had you choose like you came in and you would choose your drink based off your favorite class, and then like you would choose your coaster based off your favorite character if you had one or whatever. Like you could do basically like there was a total of like a bunch of different options of what you could get for between your drink and the coaster they gave you, and that was sort of them like um, identifying you for what you might play in FF14 or whatever. And there's a bunch of like monitors kind of in the middle of the cafe space that had like streaming
that were
people
playing
it.
Yeah, I think that's the same place we were at.
It had to have been the same place.
I was wondering, because I figured they would change it by time. I was hoping that you would get like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake or something like that, because that's like right around the corner. I wasn't sure what they were going to be pushing, while you were there.
It was definitely FF14, but it was cool. Like I really liked it, and we got the Mog Face hamburger. It was like a hamburger patty, and we saw multiple places that were like, it's not a hamburger, it's a hamburger patty. It's like a different dish, and they want to make sure you know that it's not a sandwich. It's more like a Salisbury steak, Japanese style. And that was Mog's Face that I ate, and then we had like some kind of blob guy who was made out of like a vegetable curry. It's like rice and then like different vegetables and like a gold curry sauce, like a Japanese curry.
I mean, did you like the food? Like
the food was fine.
Yeah, I mean, most of it was just kind of like it looks cool, but it
better
didn't taste very good. Yeah,
right. It wasn't awful, but it was like not like spectacular either. Because the presentation was more about the presentation and being like good for a picture.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I realized from most of those themed cafes is it's more about what it looks like than what it tastes like. So it's most of the time it's fine, but it's not great.
That being said, I did eat that whole hamburger face. Like,
oh yeah, I mean I ate all our shit too, but we had better food in other places.
I didn't eat all the carrots in the curry dish, but yeah, we had there's like a fish and chips we got as well that I don't think it was actually like, I can't remember what it was themed as. We were just really hungry when we went in there.
Sure.
They just give you an iPad and you order from the iPad and they bring it to you. A lot of places were like that.
Did you go to the Square store too? Did
no.
You go to both of them? The Etnia or whatever it's called, where they sell.
No.
I mean, there's a mini cafe in there too, but that's where they sell like the toys and soundtracks and stuff. Like where I got the Chrono Trigger soundtrack from there.
Oh wow! So we were like right by there.
I don't think it's in Akihabara. I don't remember where. I remember it being not right next to the cafe. Like the Square store has another cafe inside of it, like a little tiny cafe. But I felt like it was in a different place. But yeah, that place is cool.
I liked Akihabara. I think we spent more time in Shinjuku because that's where where our hotel was, and then also just I don't know, we got more familiar with Shinjuku because of that, and
there's a shit ton of stuff to do there too.
Shibuya was more just like more commercial stuff, and then it's like going to the big outdoor mall, and then in Osaka we spent a lot of time in Otenbari, or Otenbari, however they say it.
Did you get the
Dotonbari? There we go.
Did you get like the Did you get any of the street food while you were there in Osaka?
Yeah, we got some street food.
Yeah, because that's what to get there.
We got street food in Tokyo as well. Because we went on a food tour where we actually had like, it was just the two of us on the food tour, and then we had our guide, but then he was also training another guide, so we each had our own guide for this food tour, which was kind of cool.
That's cool.
We'll talk about that one more in the Patreon episode.
Yeah, next week. It should be out next week at some point. So tune into that. It'll be only $1 to listen to, and you can actually listen to it for free because there's.
And I'm sure I'll think about other
7-day
video
trials
stuff along the way, but my goal is to have. I had picked up some stuff for y'all.
Oh, you did?
You and John. Yeah, and I was hoping to get that package sent to you before next episode, so then I could talk a little bit more about my shopping experience there.
So it's like it's en route to here, or have you not?
No, I haven't sent it yet.
Yeah, but it'll get to our.
I'm hoping it'll get there by next week. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So that's my goal.
Big package for me.
More packages for John to open on the show, and me too. I could do. All right. Well, let me talk about my stuff. I won't spend that much time, but I had to play the first like festival for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I mean, well, I guess I did play one for the demo, but this is like the one for the full game that happened last week. That was the Hatsune Miku festival, and basically the way the festivals work is you basically get put into teams of 4, and they'll take they'll be like you'll get points for your place, but there'll also be an extra thing you have to do. Like it'll be like tap boost, where you have to run into your teammates and you get a boost, and whoever does that the most, they get extra points at the end. So they tally up how well you did in the race, but they also add these extra points on there, so you can like lose and then win if you do the extra thing. And the tap boost one I wasn't really very good at, but there's the ring collecting one I did really good. I was actually got the most rings out of everybody in one. I was the number 1 ring collector, which is pretty awesome. And also there's like, there's like stuff you can add to your car which will give you extra rings whenever you flip or turn or whatever. And I use that to give myself extra rings. And for these like festivals, they'll give you specific like themed like gadgets for your car too that have to do with whatever the courses are. So that's pretty cool. So if you don't really know how to do any of the gadgets, they'll just give you one that's like, hey, this is best for what this is, and you can just put it in there and it'll help you drive better. And I won like 4 times in a row. It was pretty awesome. Like I won once and I'm like, oh cool, let's try it again. And then I played it and then I won again and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna keep playing until I lose. And I won like 4 or 5 times like in a row. And I was like, oh nice. I'm like, I am the best Sonic Racing Crossworlds player. Well, at least in this group. But yeah, no, it was cool. I won like 4 or 5 in a row, and then I quit after that. But I played for like a few hours, and since it's like Hatsune Miku themed, you basically unlock decals of her that you can put on your car. So everything is themed around whatever the DLC character is. So this month they're going to do, they'll do their Joker one to go with the Persona 3 reload, and then they're going to do their Ichiban stuff in November to go along with the Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2. And they have, and there'll be stuff where you can get, different decals for your car in that way. And also you can unlock more of those Don Poco coins or whatever they're called that you can use to unlock parts of your car, or you can give thousands of them to each character to unlock like a different skin or whatever. It's ridiculous, like how much you have to give to them for that sort of thing. But I got golds on everything. Like I beat it, quote unquote. Like I haven't done any of the mirror mode stuff yet. But those fucking supersonic cups are fucking so fucking hard. Like it was really, yeah. I spent a really long time like trying to get through one cup because the rivals are insanely good, like too good. Like there was one race where I hit the guy in front of me with like 3 different things, like one after another, and he still didn't fucking drop. Like he was still like way in front of me. It was fucking annoying. Until I realized that you can actually turn down the difficulty of your rivals on Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and that made it much easier. And that's how I got through those last 2 cups, was I just turned down because it's normally at 3, I just turned it down to 1, and it made it much easier, and then I just kind of destroyed them. And once you beat all of the rivals, like you have to beat like, basically you have to beat 23 cups and beat each of the rivals. You unlock Supersonic, which anybody who doesn't know is the Golden Sonic that you get when you collect all the gems in the game. And the
Super Saiyan Sonic.
And the Gold Sonic is like invincible. So nothing can hurt you aside from driving off the track. So it makes it even easier once you get Supersonic, because you can use him, but you can't use him online, of course, because he's invincible. But the computer can't hit you with shit, which I noticed like a little bit through. I was like, oh, this is cool. I can't get fucking smashed by the giant anvils or whatever that drive me crazy in the game. And I could just go through and just fucking play the game without items. That's how I wanted to do it, because it's a lot more fun like that. But yeah, I put like 22 hours into this game so far, so I still really like it a lot. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I got a different title now at the beginning, since you get cups on everything. It changes the cover of it. I always liked how they would do that on Mario Kart 64.
Do you think it's better than Mario Kart World?
I mean, it's. I think it has more for me to do as a single player than Mario Kart World, is what I was going to say. I don't know if it's... I don't know. I mean, they're so different. Like, what Sonic is doing and what Mario Kart is doing is completely different. Like, Mario Kart World has, like, the giant levels, and Sonic has, a bunch of different levels that you can jump through warps and all that. And as far as, like, single-player content, Sonic Racing Crossworlds is definitely better Mario Kart World is what I would say, because I was kind of done with Mario Kart World after a weekend, and there's still a lot of stuff for me to do in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So I haven't even played it multiplayer, and I already put 20 hours into it. So it's like, I'm just saying it's, and just the fact that they have this whole year like planned out for like festivals and DLC characters, and there's like a $30 season pass, but you get like 10 different character drops or whatever, like throughout the year. But there's also going to be 10 free ones also on top of that. I feel like they just kind of, like Nintendo gave you this idea of this $80 game, like having this bigness to it, but it's not really there. And I think that's why they differ, because Sega actually has things planned out, and they actually showed it like, oh yeah, we're going to give you like 10 free characters just for playing the game, and you only have to get it for 60, or you can pay 90 and you'll get like 20 characters, or whatever. So I feel like they just make it more enticing for you to come back to play it, where Mario Kart has been out for how long now, and there's still no like sign of DLC or any sort of anything adding to give us reasoning as to why this was $80 or whatnot. That's kind of
it's been around for the entire life of the Switch too.
Yeah, it's been out for like fucking 7 months or whatever, and or 5-6 months. When
would
it come out? June.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just saying, as far as like offering you things, Racing Crossworlds is much better, and there's just a lot of shit to do in it. Like it's a very much like it kind of has like that casino effect in a good way, where it's like, oh, do this, but you can also do this, and there's just the little things that you do that keep bringing you back to it. And I like it a lot. Like it's been a lot of fun to play. I'm gonna keep playing it. I'll definitely buy the Switch 2 upgrade whenever that happens, and I even thought about buying the season pass, just because. But I mean, I can wait on that. They've only announced what like the Mega Man guys and the SpongeBob guys and the Minecraft guys.
The Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtles too, but they didn't show like a release date for them yet. Like I was looking, because the packs it'll say the date of them, but there's some of them that still say like question mark if you look at like the way the season pass works. So
let me know when I can be a Dreamcast controller.
Yeah, right. I was hoping for more Sega stuff in there. It's been mostly Sonic stuff, but the developers did say that like as they bring in more free characters, there'll be more outside Sonic, more Sega, more weird Sega stuff. So hopefully the Dreamcast controller will come after that, and you can play as Patrick and pretend that it's Danica Patrick. They both share a name, so you're pretty close.
Apparently, they've both been living under a rock.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what she's doing now, but I mean, you said it's not great. Whatever she's been doing. But speaking of being at the end of something, I'm in the final chapter of Trails in the Sky. It was very unfortunate for me because I just had John to talk to about it, and he doesn't care about one of the greatest RPGs of all time, Trails in the Sky First Chapter, which, I mean...
So is this just the first game, but it's called First Chapter?
Yeah, well, the original game was called First Chapter, I think, also.
Okay.
Or it's called FC. It was FC, SC, and I think the third one is just called 3 or something like that.
Very ambitious.
Yeah. I mean, it's... the game is still... I'm really enjoying it. I'm over 50 hours right now. I'm in the final chapter. It said, like, final chapter when I got to it. And what I really like about Trails in the Sky versus other games is everything is like a small... It's like a small story. Like, it's not like... And I mentioned this to John. It's not like your regular tropey, like, little kid out to destroy some giant monster that's trying to kill the world. Like, you go from, like, town to town, and you have these small stories that exist in each town. And each chapter is a different town. So like it starts in, or like the prologue is a town, and then chapter 1 is a different town, and chapter 2 is a different town, chapter 3, and so forth. And the final chapter is like the capital of the country, the big republic capital. And there is actually some shit happening now with the army is like doing whatever. I don't want to spoil it, but it's just the characters are really well developed. Like the world building is incredible. The soundtrack's great. I love the battle system so much now. I wish there's interactive achievements is what I call them. Where you do things but you get items for them instead of it just being a list saying you did this. You actually get something for doing it. So I've been trying to go through and like do all of the things in the interactive achievements, and they just keep going and going. It'll be like do like 50 dodges or whatever, and these like the dodges I had to do like in the action, which I haven't been doing at all because you can either do like action fighting or you can do turn-based fighting. And you can kind of switch it on a dime. And I just do turn-based for everything, so I had to learn how to dodge to get all those. But I've been unlocking like extra costumes. They actually Gung Ho actually dropped a free DLC pack that has like a bunch of different costumes in it. That's where my Big Head Mode name came from as my middle name, is because you can get you can put the mascot costume on, and it's basically you just wearing like a mascot version of your character, which is kind of hilarious. So it just makes you this giant character that's like it's like what if one of us was dressed like a giant Estelle or Joshua or whatever. But if you just wear the mascot head, then you just have this giant like cloth head that you're wearing, and your body's regular size. So it looks like you're playing like Big Head Mode, you know. So that's what's hilarious about it. But if you leave it on, like the cutscenes, you can't really see what's going on because the head's so big that it blocks the camera. Now, sometimes you can't really, because it's all real time. But that's kind of funny too. But no, yeah, I like the game a lot. At this rate, I might be done next week, maybe the week after. I wanted to finish it before Pokemon Pizza came out, so we'll see, because that's like next week. But I don't know. I was like at 51 hours, and however long it takes for the final chapter, and I want to try to like I said, I want to try to get all the achievements and as much as I can do. But yeah, all the characters, I've seen all the characters I think that you can get, and you basically get different characters on each town that you go to. Like you'll have them there, and then they'll leave you, and then you'll find new ones in the next one. I'm hoping they'll all come back in the final one. But I think you would like it, Jeremy, just because you mentioned before that you like RPGs where you go to different towns and different things happen. Like these are all very much based on shit that happened in each town. So it's very much character-based, story-based, all that stuff. It's fun as hell. Go back to that 10-hour demo. You can play it. But yeah, I think that's good. That's good for me. Let's just talk about whatever news we got.
News. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
Did anybody see that stupid video that Nintendo put up with the baby?
Yeah, I posted that yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't know. I was just like, what the hell is this? Because I saw that after I was like getting ready for work. As I was telling John earlier, or no, I guess I was telling you, Trey, that my jet lag's just been awful. So I woke up like way too early for work yesterday. And I saw that video and I'm like, oh, what's this? And I watched the entire thing and it was just like, what the fuck? And it was like early enough after it had been posted to where like I went to the comments and people were just like, was this an accident? Why did this get posted? And
yeah, I wasn't even sure that it was actually an official, because I know you posted it first on our Slack, but I missed that. I found it my own on YouTube on the Japanese Nintendo account, and I had to double check it because sometimes there's like fake Nintendo accounts that'll use the Nintendo logo and like this looks very weird. Is this some AI generated thing? Whatever, But actually, no, sure, it was real, and it was one of those really strange things that Nintendo likes to just drop out of nowhere, and I kind of like that about it.
Well, I mean, did you watch the new version that came out today?
Yes,
though?
I did.
Because
there's a second version released today, which actually confirms this is a Pikmin thing. The first version had just the Pikmin were invisible, but then there was the Pikmin like theme music that popped in a little bit here and there, and now they're all over the place. So it's the same movie, right? It's the exact same video, just this one has Pikmin in it. The one from yesterday does not. It's almost like they accidentally published one without the Pikmin render yesterday or something. And then, oops, let's do the real one today.
I mean, it reminded me of a couple of things. Like number one, it kind of reminded me of like those like shorts that would be at the beginning of Pixar movies and stuff like that. Like that's kind of what I felt from it. But also, you talking about that right now with the Pikmin being removed. I don't know if you remember like the Spider-Man movie with all the Spider-Men in it. When they did the trailer, they didn't want anybody to know that like Tobey Maguire and like whoever was in there. So they did like different versions. So if you watch the trailer, they like took all of them out and it showed like the same scene with nobody in it. So it kind of reminded me of that. But no, I didn't watch it with the Pikmin in there. I watched it without, and I was just. But
it really kind of felt like there was like the Pikmin layer that they accidentally didn't click.
Right.
For the first release. Now, we forgot to click the Pikmin layer. But
I did hear the music, and I was like, oh yeah.
Is it supposed to be like only the kids can see the Pikmin, or is it like Toy Story or whatever? Like,
yeah, I thought that was sort of the lore of Pikmin, that people can't see them. Like the Pikmin climbs on the
Maybe this
mom's
is
shoulder
like-
at the end. She doesn't see the Pikmin, but the baby
'Cause
does.
We all know like Pikmin's like post-apocalyptic. That's like the dark side of it. So it's like as a game franchise rather. So maybe this is like a prequel to Pikmin, like what they meant to people and how the whole world ended because we didn't know.
I kind of
Oh
think
yeah,
this is-
Sean is reminding me also. Like we did see, I think you mentioned it before. It was confirmed, John. All the Pikmin Easter eggs in the park. We saw those all over the place. I took a lot of
Oh
pictures.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of
Everywhere
Pikmin.
within. Yeah, we found at least 5 of them.
It's kind of a fun little thing to look for while you're there, huh?
So,
yeah, like the little, what do they call them? The little people in Iceland or whatever. Like, I don't know. There's like a lot of different cultures that have the elves or whatever, the unseen little people that, well, gnomes as well. Yeah, but there's different names for them.
I mean, what did you guys think about the video though? Does it
I
mean
think the movie-
does it mean anything like a
Well, I think
Pikmin
it's just
movie or something?
no. I don't think it means that. I think this is what about 10 years ago now. Miyamoto did those 3 Pikmin shorts.
Yeah.
I think he's just like, well, we've got this Nintendo Pictures company. We need to flex a little bit here. And so let's do some more of those. I think that's all this is. It's just they're doing more Pikmin shorts. I don't think it means Pikmin 5 necessarily. Pikmin 4 just came out, last year or a year and a half ago, not that long ago.
It came out the same year as Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't
So,
think
like, 2
that
years
the
ago.
I don't think that the first video was supposed to be released. I think it was an accident. That's the only way I can really explain it, because then they released it on, the Nintendo Today app. Like,
It's like, will there be a third version tomorrow
Where they
that
have,
has
like-
even more in it? I don't know.
where they had like Metroid as well.
That'd be funny.
I mean, they
yeah.
did release it across all different channels, though. So, like, it's odd that it's the same video, but maybe I could see it either way, that it was done by accident, and they're just like, well, let's just go with it, and then we'll make it a little teaser for what happens. We'll do the real one tomorrow.
I will say,
It's
I think
effective. Got people talking.
I think I'm of the opinion it's probably more of like a cartoon or something along those lines than a game that they're
Yeah, I didn't think, I was like, I hope, I didn't know what to think of it really, and I didn't watch any video of anybody talking about what they think of it, because I don't watch those videos.
And like, why have a baby be like the protagonist? Because like babies see all kinds of weird shit. Probably they don't know what the fuck's going on. Who cares about if a baby sees Pikmin? They probably also see like, I don't know, floating mushrooms or something. Like, you can't ask a baby what they see.
They had ghosts. They see ghosts all the time.
I see ghosts.
'Cause
Yeah, what if it was Luigi's Mansion? That was one of the things I saw of, like, it was a poltergeist thing. Maybe it was a prequel to Luigi's Mansion, and then of course I saw someone say it was like Geist 2. And the Pikmin's actually like the most boring possibility for what it could have been.
Yeah, I saw you say Geist, and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, just put Geist in the GameCube app. Let's just do that. I'd like to see that. But speaking of stuff getting added to apps, as I said at the very beginning of the show, Bubsy, our main man Bubs, the Bubster, is on the Nintendo Switch Online now. So if you really didn't want
More like a bridge too short.
if you didn't want to get the Bubsy collection, and you have Nintendo Switch Online, you can
Now you can just play Bubsy.
You can play Bubsy and see how unfair the game is, and you can rewind every time you get killed for
You can also
no
see
reason.
how much faster it is than Sonic.
Is it?
It can be.
Yeah, it kind of gets off the rails a little bit, though. It's like the levels aren't designed for someone that fast. It's like they designed the character to go fast, and then the level designer was like in a completely different part of the building that they never talked to. Oh wait, it's doing some completely different thing.
And the deaths are so cheap in it. It's what an awful game, but I think everyone should play it.
I mean, I'm gonna play it now because it's now that it's on the. I'll probably fuck around with it while I'm editing, but I definitely want to try it out because my memory of Bubsy was, I was telling John before we started recording. I just I remember renting it once, like a friend rented it or something. We rented it and played it over a weekend, and I was just like, this game sucks. And then I never played it again after that. It was very brief. I played it for a couple days, took it back, and just forgot about it.
I remember thinking like
you'll probably like it.
Like there's these little yarn balls that you collect. I remember thinking these are just like scattered everywhere. Like if it makes you appreciate the really good platformers like Mario's and stuff, where the coins are placed strategically in certain places to maybe draw your attention to something else, or maybe the coins are like a great little reward for sneaking over and finding an area you weren't supposed to find or something, but in Bubsy it's just like there's just like a bunch of crap all over the screen, and I don't know, I'd hesitate to use the word like design in the level design. It's just like, here's a bunch of stuff, and can you get your character from left to right? And by the way, his characteristics and his attributes don't suggest anywhere that he like belongs in this level that we made. Like he can fly for some reason, and he goes super fast, and all the while he's also spouting like random catchphrases that get way too old, way too quick. I don't know.
He's like Gex and Sonic.
Yeah.
Combined.
I mean, Sonic didn't say random shit though, and at least on the Sega Genesis he didn't. What
I will say about Bubsy is that there's been hundreds or thousands of bad or mediocre games in history, but Bubsy is memorable for like, I don't know how much it just like sticks in under your skin, like in a bad way. It's like there's that, I guess. If you want to have like a memorably bad game experience, Bubsy, here you go.
Play it with save states. Yeah, you might enjoy it, or you can have that rewind feature.
Yeah, rewind it. I'm gonna play through it by next week.
Maybe also enjoy, like, there's a lot of death animations, which is, I guess, in its favor. That's kind of cool. That even though there's a lot of cheap deaths, that equals a lot of
you can watch them get killed.
Death animations.
It's a fun time. But speaking of fun times, the other two games I think are better that are on there. There's Fatal Fury Special is on there, which is cool. We already had Fatal Fury 1 and 2, and now we have Special also. I'm definitely going to play through the arcade mode of that once or twice because it's cool. And really interesting as well, Mario and Wario, which you can only play with the mouse, with the Switch 2 mouse. As I was messing around with it earlier, before we were recording, John pointed out that it looked like it used mouse controls, and it does. And you have to use your Switch 2 mouse to basically do like a Lemmings type thing, right? Where you kind of like move Mario through a obstacle course and have him not get hurt or whatever. It's kind of...
It looks like Lemmings or like the precursor to Mario and Donkey Kong. Like Mario's just kind of an avatar that moves about on his own, but you have to influence him which way to go. Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of more like the Mario toys or whatever from Mario versus Donkey Kong. I forget what they're called, but yeah, where you'd have to kind of lead them
mini
through
Marios.
Yeah, the minis. So you have to lead them through like a thing, through a way. But yeah, no, I mean, this one, no coming out later. It was just like out now. It's out now. You can download it right this second. And I like seeing surprise stuff like this. And I like seeing more SNK stuff on Super Nintendo because a lot of these games I played them the first time when I was younger as Super Nintendo games. So that's kind of where a lot of the memories I have from. Like I was telling John earlier, I wish they should put Art of Fighting and World Heroes on here now too because I played the crap out of those on Super Nintendo. And I think the Super Nintendo version is much easier than the very, very hard arcade version that's on Switch right now of Art of Fighting, which just the computer beats the crap out of me and I don't like it. So that's the free thing of the week, but we got some other stuff too. As starting off October being the big, huge month of releasing everything. This week we got Yuka Replayly is out right now for Switch 2 only for $30. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out in 2 days on Friday, whenever this posts, it'll be out. Little Nightmares 3 is $40. That's on Switch 1 and 2. Disgaea 7 Complete. That's Switch 1. Or no, that's Switch 2 only for $70. Let's see. What else I put in here? Oh, yeah. The big one for me that I'm getting is Ys vs. Trails Alternative Saga, which is like a top-down fighting game starring Ys characters and Trails characters. I was actually, when I was playing Trails, I was like, man, some of these like super moves look really cool. This would be really fun to have as fighting game characters. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. There's a fighting game coming out in a couple days of this. So I'm really interested to try it because, I have no idea what to think about it. But, yeah, why not? Trails characters. And I was looking at some of the pictures trying to see like how many people from Trails 1 are in there. And there's a good amount of the characters that I've played as that are playable characters in this. So I'm very excited to try it out for $34.99 coming out this Friday.
But does it have Lodo?
Well, he's not part of the franchise, so no.
Oh, wait, that's Adel.
Yeah. No, Adel's in there. Yeah, of course. Dogi better be in there, otherwise I'm going to be mad. Also, Scourge Hive is coming out. If you remember that game, it was a Game Boy Advance DS game. I always kind of wanted to play that game. It's coming out this Friday for $14.99. I might get it. I might not. I don't know.
So it's a re-release of the game?
Yeah, and not on the Game Boy Advance app. You got to pay for it legitly. And also, there's this Shujinko game that's coming out.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's a dungeon crawling RPG where you can also learn how to speak and write Japanese.
Yeah,
So,
it has like a learning thing in there. But from what I heard, what I saw from reading like interviews with the developers, you don't have to do any of the Japanese learning. You can just play the game as
he
is
says
and not learn
specifically.
anything.
He says specifically that it's not a Japanese language learning tool. This is first and foremost a video game inspired by Etrian Odyssey.
So
learning Japanese is entirely optional. But I just think that's cool. I think I'm surprised there's not more games like this that attempt to teach people Japanese, because there's obviously such huge crossover between video games and Japanese culture and interest in Japan.
I played a couple of them. There are some of them, but they're not really that effective. Like they're mostly just like matching like the the symbols or whatever. Like I tried doing those, but it didn't really teach me anything. It was just kind of like, because there's been like rhythm games, but not like a whole on like story based game.
It seems like something that would have happened, say, in the DS era when there was like all the learning games or the Dr. Kawashima games, and it seems like something that would be great for Nintendo to do. I mean, I would love to have a Nintendo produced Japanese learning game. I would totally get that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what else. Ion Fury, a game that I had on my top 10 games of the year whenever that came out. I think that was a 2020 game. I remember playing that in the pandemic and listening to podcasts and blowing people up. Anyway, it was made by the people who made Duke Nukem. It's 3D Realms game. And it was really good. The voice of Duke Nukem is in it, but he actually plays the villain instead of the main character. And I had a lot of fun with it. But they're doing a sequel to it as DLC, and it's like $15, and it's coming out next week. And I'm probably going to get it because I love those first-person shooter games. And I had a lot of fun with that game. And I did beat it. I did get all the way to the end. So I could jump in there and do it again. And it's supposed to go in line with the story of the original one and all that stuff. So you can check that out. Let's see. What else?
We got an announcement for a game of interest, certainly to I think everybody on this show. Stray Children.
Oh yeah, Stray Children has a release date now.
Yep.
It's coming out. I actually heard Reb talk about it on NVC, and I was like, wait, there was a release date, and then I just randomly found the trailer that I posted on Slack, which was posted by Onion Games, that it was coming out on the 23rd. And yeah, this is the spirit.
I think it's the 30th, right? Did I get that wrong?
I think it's the 23rd. Look at the trailer again.
Oh, sooner the better. All right, cool.
Yeah, I think it could be I don't know. It's one of those. I thought it was the 23rd. Maybe it's the 30th. Regardless, it's in October. It's coming out. Yeah, it makes me kind of. I mean, it's the spiritual sequel to the Moon RPG game. It's weird. It's got that same animation style.
And made by a lot of the same people who actually made that game too.
Yeah. So and there's been a lot of talk about this, like from Reb and from like 8.4 have talked about it also on their show, and it's just something that I may have to add it to my already pretty full October purchases. But
I'm excited.
I mean, I don't know. I would thought that both of you would be into
I'll
it.
Definitely
too.
get this. Yep. I mean, maybe I'll finish Moon first because I've never actually finished that game. I finished Chibi Robo on the GameCube app.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff to finish.
I know.
Also,
you have to finish every game in UFO 50.
Also, also the 50 games, of UFO 50. You got to get back to that.
What am I doing to myself?
Yeah, why are you on this stupid podcast? You should be playing UFO 50.
I know.
I'm kidding. But yeah, what else do we have on there for our news?
We got some more footage from Pokemon Legends. Anybody watch that?
I mean, no, I haven't watched any footage because I want to buy the game, so I don't want to see any spoilers from anywhere.
Yeah, we got more footage from Metroid Prime 4. Did you watch that? No?
Nope. Another game I want to get. No, I don't want to spoil it.
Here's another game that will actually take your time on this one because it's being delayed. Mina the Hollower being delayed. It was supposed to come out this month, and now it's TBD.
Yeah, Mina the Hollower is supposed to come out on Halloween on the 31st, which
I'm a little sad because that was a really good release date.
Yeah,
right. It really fits with the name. Actually, for me, it's better because, like I said, October's too packed. There's too many games coming out, so I wasn't going to get Mina the Hollower because there's too much other shit. So if it comes out in a different month, then there's a better chance that I might get it. Because it was going to come out a day away from Dragon Quest 1 and 2 in the Mortal Kombat collection. Like, there's no chance. Like to.
And don't forget that quote
two.
from Shigeru Miyamoto. It's like, don't have the game come out then because like it's better later.
Something like that. If he said that. It was the 30th, by the way, for Stray Children. You were right, John. I just looked at it. I don't know why I remember the 23rd. Maybe that's because of the Double Dragon game.
Children of the Corn Maze.
Are you guys going to watch this Atlas live stream?
Nope.
With a special message?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I'll watch it. When's it coming on? At like 5 in the morning? Like, is it a Japanese one? Or
it's happening on the 11th, so I guess that will be Saturday.
That's Saturday. I probably won't. I probably won't have time to watch it then, but I definitely want to. I mean, I'll be keeping tabs on it because, Atlas is having a stream for Metaphor ReFantasio because of its 1-year anniversary, and it's probably 100%.
I can't believe it's only been out for a year.
It's probably 100. Yeah, right. It's 100% going to be coming to Switch too. I put money on it. Like that's what it's going to be.
It's been on my bingo card every time.
And if it says like coming out today or Shadow Dropped, I'm going to be so pissed at them. No, that'd be a bad idea because they got like Persona coming out like in a week after that. It's like, come on, dude. Like, you got to. Some of us don't have enough time to play through all of your 100-hour RPGs. But anyway,
I think they'll build the hype a bit more.
They'll probably put it out in February with every other game.
I would not be surprised,
including what is it? Isn't Virtual Boy coming out in February too? Like February's fucking loaded. With
maybe
so
they'll do a nice little because there was a really good demo before the game came out on PS5.
Oh yeah. I mean, I hope so because the same demo that PS5 had for Persona 3 was on Switch 2 also. So, I mean, they're the same company, so I figured they would put out whatever demo they had on the other systems.
Hell yeah,
as well. So yeah, I'm guessing that we're by next week going to be like, hey, Metaphor ReFantasio is coming out. I think it's either going to be out it'll either be out this year or next year. I was going to say like it's either going to be in November or December, but I think it's not going to be October.
Spring feels right to me.
Spring? I think that's too late.
March.
I think they're going to put it out in February with Yakuza Kiwami 3.
I said
and Resident Evil 9.
That's not that big. That's not that.
Last thing I want to mention, I forgot to put it on this outline here, but actually, so the Game Chasers, Billy unfortunately passed away about 2 weeks ago. Jay actually posted a video, Jay being his partner on the Game Chasers, giving his thoughts on, his giving, expressing his grief and everything. And one attached to the video, if you look for it, is a fundraiser. It's for St. Jude Children's Hospital for cancer research. And so that's a great cause. And according to the video, they've already raised about $4,200 or so for the cause. If you have the time, I think the video is really worth a watch in its entirety because it's a 35-minute video, but it was really sweet and really heartfelt. Jay started with his thoughts and his feelings and saying how much he loved his friend Billy. And I wasn't expecting this, but the rest of the video, like the full half hour of it, is just like the whole retro gaming community sending in their own thoughts, and it's stitched together in a very nice montage with some nice music and everything. People expressing their own grief and saying their final goodbyes to Billy. And I don't know, I thought it was really touching. And for this terrible situation, one nice thing that comes of it is you see, how many friends he had and how many people he affected, and it was well worth a watch. And certainly if you want to do something nice in his memory, you can donate to the St. Jude Children's Center.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, we had we talked about him a couple weeks ago, and if you want to definitely help them out if you can. There's like two more things I want to say, and then we can be done.
Sure.
Just we got to mention it. Dan Toasty Forden has quit NetherRealm Studios, or he's done. He's leaving the Mortal Kombat franchise. And I always remember, and we all know his, his face from him popping into the Mortal Kombats and saying what I said, the Toasty thing. But I always just remember seeing his name because he wrote a lot of the music too for Mortal Kombat. So like if you look through the credits of all the games, you always saw Dan Toasty Forden like on the credits of so many different, 12 fucking Mortal Kombat games. That he worked on. And
so that was his actual role, right? Like
he was a sound. Musician. Yeah, he was like the sound. He did the.
He wasn't just hired to do Toasty.
No. He worked in the sound department, obviously. And I remember seeing his name for the composer of at least like the original ones, like Mortal Kombat 1 through 3. I know he did those soundtracks and all that stuff. But yeah, he was a sound guy, and that's why he, popped himself in there to record his voice or whatever for the Toasty stuff. But. Yeah,
people make a lot about the visuals of that game, but the music is such a great contributor to the overall mood and feel of it. It brings you into like, martial arts, cinema, and that kind of thing. That kind of influence, which was an interesting and unique thing at the time back in like the arcade 16-bit era. To hear that ringing out through your Genesis or your Super Nintendo, it hit hard, and then paired with everything else about Mortal Kombat, it was part and parcel to the experience. And all the best to him. Thanks for all the years of great work.
Yeah, thanks for the years of Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it definitely, like the audio design always had like that, like you're saying, it definitely had a feeling to it. Like everybody would be like, like round one fight, like all those sounds and the voices, and it always just had this like, this feeling to it, like, or like when the like the matches start and it goes like boom and it like makes the big like noise, and I don't know, there's just like so many things that remind me of like the way the matches are set up, or like the way Shao Kahn would talk to you. It just everything just had like such of so much presence to it, and
it was imposing quality. Mortal Kombat itself, it all had an imposing quality, but I think all that is in large part because of the music and the bass effects and like the grittiness of it. It all came together in such a beautiful and gory and fantastic way. Yep.
Yeah, he was according to Kotaku has him as the audio director, but yeah, I remember seeing him on various audio credits, and yeah, they said that he has worked from the Mortal Kombat 1992 Mortal Kombat 2, the Mortal Kombat 1 that came out like a couple years ago. So yeah,
1-to-1.
He's been all of them. Yeah, 1-to-1. Mortal Kombat 1 to Mortal Kombat 12/1. So we're sad to see you go, but yeah, you got a major legacy. And I can't wait to learn more about you from the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection when that comes out at the end of the month. And then one more thing I wanted to mention. Did you guys see like the guy who found the extra levels in Mario 2 and like the real Mario 2, the Mario Lost levels?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of.
So there's extra levels in the Lost levels, like the original ROM.
Yeah, like he's a speedrunner, and basically somehow he broke the game to find like the levels that were discarded, which were still in the memory.
So there's like minus levels, like how Mario 1 had like the minus level, but you would get stuck in it. But this one has like multiple minus levels.
39.
That are even like crazier. Because I saw that and I was like, because there's already like you can unlock this whole other game if you beat the game like 8 times. Yeah. You can get like the A through G levels, which we actually got. Well, I didn't get, but my roommate Nick did, because Nick Geary was a fucking maniac about this game. Like it was like his favorite. Like he loved Mario 2. I don't know why. Maybe he just liked insanely punishing games, but yeah, he actually beat the game. Like I think you have to beat it 8 times and then a 9th time, and then you get the A through G levels. And it's just like I just couldn't believe like how much he was into that game. And I thought we had found everything just because he played it like constantly. But yeah, there's even more levels we didn't know about. Because yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh, the A through G stuff? Oh no, it's a whole more negative world, which was originally going to be the name of this podcast before I found out that somebody already had it. So we changed it to NintenDomain, because no one else had that. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. That game is insanely hard. You should get on your Nintendo Switch Online and play it. I know it's on there. I think the Super Nintendo one and the Nintendo one is on there, but it's a mean.
I've got it on my
it's a mean
Mario
mean
35th anniversary.
You got it on your handheld, right? On your Game & Watch. Is it on there? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a mean old game. So get on there and get your butt kicked over and over again and like it. I remember there's like warp tunnels that take you back levels instead of forward. It's that mean. Or you would get to spots where you basically have to wait for the timer to count down because you can't do anything other than let yourself die. Like it's a very mean game. Like I remember watching Nick play it and I was like, I don't know how you do it. And yeah, there's the ones with the springs that like knock you off of the level so you can't see yourself, so you have to move Mario not on the screen. And then of course there's wind. They brought wind into it. They saw like Ninja Gaiden. They're like, oh yeah, that game was really mean with wind. Let's bring wind into here, and we can kill you even more ways by just blowing you off screen for no reason.
The first game was like such a masterpiece of or masterclass of game design. It's like, let's just like wreck all that for the sequel because everybody like wants to be subverted.
Well, I mean, the very first level, there's a mushroom that kills you. So yeah, they wanted to change everything you thought about Mario 1 at the beginning. But I mean, it's beautiful for what it is, I guess. For such a mean ass game, but
I mean, and it says something that it didn't come out here because our frail brains couldn't have handled it.
Because they know we're pussies.
Pretty much.
I mean, that one level where you have to hop from like skinny platform to skinny platform with the springs that launch you into the sky.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
That's as
I was saying, where you completely disappear off of the screen and you have to just kind of feel where you think you are, and it's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. But I mean, it's cool that it's like people are still finding shit in it, and it's so old. It's like, wow, okay. But yeah, I think that's good for this episode. We finally got the full 3 people crew back together here, so I think we had not that our other episodes were anything less. I think they were just as great, but
I feel like I'm in Thursday.
But it's nice to have Jereme back. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, thanks.
So nice to have you here again. We can have the whole band back together and all that stuff.
Yeah, now 2/3 of us have been to the mystical land of Japan.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah, you make me want to go. No, don't leave. Then I'll have to do like 2-person podcasting again for like 3 weeks. No, I'm sure we could handle it. But but if you want to hear more about that Japanese trip, it'll be on the Patreon next week at some point. But only for $1, you can hear all our bonus episodes. And I was going to ask now that you've played so much of UFO 50, John, do you have like regrets on your NintenDomain 51 that we did? Or do you still stand by all of those choices?
I stand by all of them. They're perfect choices.
Yes, so go listen to that
well.
on patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and hear all of our 51 perfect choices that we did for our NintenDomain UFO 50, NDP 50, as I call it, or 51 rather, whatever. You can find that there. Also, you can find us on youtube.com/NintenDomain podcast and twitch.tv/NintenDomain podcast. Joe and I, we just played some of the K-pop Demon Hunters Fortnite stuff. You can find that on there, which is fun. I don't know. I like that movie. We watched it on Netflix.
It's good.
It was a good time. And there's a lot of ramen that you can eat in Fortnite, and it made me really hungry and want to eat ramen. So there you go. And you get your life back much quicker as you would with a shield or whatever. But anyway, you can watch that shit on there. Also, you can find us on Blue Sky at NintenDomain and at Trey Johnson and at Jereme. Find all that there. But yeah, that's 492. We've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
I'm Trey Mikowski.
John Mitter.
And thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
See ya! a big TV, so I didn't really play it until I got home. Ow, dude! My cats are very clingy.
They miss you.
He's like falling off my lap and scratching me as he goes down. It's awesome.